Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched a really good episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yeah. I know I said this, I think, last week, but that was a lot.
Yeah.
That was just a lot.
Yeah, the layers of which things are happening right now, just the yo-yo back and forth boomeranginess of it all is just, it's hard to keep track of.
The she said, and the fights and, digging up stuff from like years ago.
Yeah.
Pushing people downstairs, allegedly.
And then it allegedly turns into throwing them downstairs. It wasn't just pushing.
Throw. She's like, I love... She's so much bigger than Travis.
Yeah.
Like, is she?
Next, there's Beehole Crystal Connors pushing her down the stairs.
She threw some marbles down.
Yeah,
their kids marble.
So, we shouldn't laugh about that. No, oh God, what are you doing?
The mic got away from me. Okay.
So, I was not expecting the episode to start out the way that it did. I kind of thought we were kind of get out of England already. I didn't expect
really?
a whole nother episode.
I know they didn't wrap up the trip. No?
Oh, I really felt they did, but I'm doing out with my kids. I didn't realize that there was gonna be a whole other night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another dinner to yell and scream. And
I guess what I think I was saying is I think it would be one of those episodes where a third of the way through the episode, they're like, all right, we're going back home. That sort of thing.
But usually trips are at least a good 3 days.
Yeah.
Could be more if you're that Salt Lake Bermuda trip that just went on forever.
Well, what else they
didn't have a finale. They got lost in that triangle of Monica. But yes, it basically, blah, blah, blah. Jen yells some more at Tamra. Tamra tries. Okay, actually, let me start this off with. I know I'm normally, and I defend Tamra. I like Tamra a lot. She's my favorite on the show. But I will point out she needed to take more accountability with the Jen thing. Instead of just automatically going to Shannon blah, 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 which is true. Shannon wound Jen up like a toy. Mm-hmm. And she's, Tamra should have said, I participated in this conversation too.
Right.
It wasn't just Shannon instigating it or whatever. I was involved too. I shouldn't have said those things. You weren't in a good place. I hated your boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Still do. And I was wrong. She should have said it then. She kind of gave a weak ass apology. And then also that later on. So it wasn't good on the apologizing or taking accountability from Shannon.
At all. And
I like that Heather at one point called her out on it. It was like, you got to take accountability, man. This just looks really bad. So it wasn't, in that respect, it wasn't good. And I will say that, again, right is right, wrong is wrong. And Tamra was in the wrong there. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I did the other stuff from her, which we'll get to later. But yeah, it was not good.
It's not her best look. And
no, even one point you were like, Tamra, it was the Emily thing.
Yeah. That was even later. So what I think we were all meant to believe is I thought oh my God, Tamra's throwing Emily under the bus.
Yeah.
Those, clever editors, they ended up making it so that, it was really, they talked to Emily about it. Emily says, no, my kids didn't say that.
That was just so convoluted. Yeah. It was we thought that Emily's kids said it, that Heather was mean, that we don't like her. But really, it was Katie's daughter. And then it doesn't even get brought up. Heather just let that lie. It didn't bring it up at the table. So Katie, did your daughter say things about me to Emily's sons? It was just really, it was, yeah. It needed to be sorted out because I'm sure Katie would have come from a different, because we saw the flashback where Katie was like, no, her boy said this. So is she lying then?
I don't know. I think we're just going to let the tension build and find out next episode.
I hope they really hash it all out, all these things that got brought up. But yeah, we pretty much finished with the Jen thing. They never resolved anything.
It went caviar eating, and then what did the other group do?
I can't. There's so many different outings. I couldn't keep them straight. Yeah, Tamra and Heather went somewhere.
And then
caviar.
Met them for caviar.
You met them, and that's when the whole Emily thing came up.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to cry. Well, not really cry. She's got the crying voice. And then they sorted it out with Emily the next day, so they were okay. And it was basically like Katie's the enemy, and like Tamra just like pivoted from like, I'm cool with Katie. I think Gina's the one who like instigated stuff to like, no, I was wrong. It's Katie. And it was like, why do you all of a sudden like want to like? That too, I was like, why are you doing that, Tamra? Like, why are you coming for Katie?
Because
like,
Heather wants
nothing to you.
Because Heather wants it.
True. Heather,
like, you got something you can do for Katie? Like,
yeah.
There's one stone.
Do you dig something up in your arsenal? Yeah.
Yeah. But the way these women are emptying their arsenals is just...
Oh, yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
You know, like Margaret, we like was watching this like, oh no, Tamra, no. You got to hold something onto your arsenal. or, as I said to Joe, no.
Just no. Yeah, I'm sure also Margaret's arsenal is much deeper and larger than
like
Tamra's
filing system.
She's got barcodes, all sorts of stuff.
Decimal.
Yeah, the whole thing. But Tamra's isn't so well organized.
No, because she's just more volatile and like will like word vomit, whereas Margaret will hold it in and like calculated, but not in a bad way. Margaret's just very smart and very
right.
Yeah. Anyhow,
but
so it was the etiquette dinner, which was done. And you know when there's a time lapse that went on like for way longer than they showed us. Like I don't understand what the point of that was. It was like, let's have something for them to do before they rip each other's heads off.
Right.
Basically.
And then the juxtaposition of them screaming while they're being taught etiquette. That's always good for camera.
Yes. Also, another thing I'll point out, Tamra shouldn't have yelled out that. Sorry.
You're a drunk.
Yeah. Why? Like that was like 10 dinners ago at OC.
Yeah. Well, and that's what caused Gina to be like, hey, you gotta lay off this.
That was good. Yeah, that was good. I think. Yeah.
Well, and even Emily, I think, was like, yeah, for reals. Like,
yeah, we're like kind of tired of hearing it, and yeah. What I will say, I was annoyed with Katie. This popped in my head before I forget it when she was like, I'm thank God for Jen. We're actually good people. Just please stop. Please stop. Like, there's no you're good, I'm good, you're evil. Like, just please. Especially newbie, calm it down.
Maybe she meant it in like the down home country sort of, we're good people.
No. She's like, we're good, we're better than them. And it's like, don't do that. I don't like that. There's no hierarchy. You're all in the same show together, wallowing in the same mud, honey.
Well,
getting the same paycheck. But yours is a little bit lower because your first season.
Right. But some of them are also, really, really playing the game.
Oh, totally. And she just doesn't know yet. And it's like, doesn't make you a good person.
Well, just because that's the game that gets played doesn't mean it's a good game to play.
No, but I'm saying, but just because you're not playing the game doesn't make you a good person.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying.
I see that. That makes sense.
So, yeah. So they go round and round. A lot of pooping, too. Because Emily was afraid she was going to poop. Then Shannon couldn't poop. And I'm like, I don't need to know this.
I mean, I think that's the thing that was always adorable about New York, Legacy New York, was that they were...
Donia was always pooping.
Yeah, always pooping. And
Rolando was always pooping.
And you're just like, there's these older women who are just like drunk and have no idea what's going on, talking about how they need to poop.
Yeah.
Like, that's what was kind of funny about it. So it's interesting that there's just Shannon like, I need enema. And then they're all in the bathroom with her. Like, the fact that they made a whole, like, 15-minute segment out of pooping.
Yeah.
Like, that's some...
And then Katie got the enema and brought it to
That is some top shelf Housewives right there. Because, I mean, there's just something about out-of-touch women talking about poop on national television. Like, not just poop, their poop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's top-notch. Top-notch. So, but yeah, once she got that sorted out...
Yeah. She was good to go. Felt like having twins. Emily really enjoyed that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to think of the dumb joke about what do you call it? I can't remember the right punchline. What do you call a constipated accountant? Oh, how did the accountant cure his constipation?
Oh,
and he penciled it out.
Yeah.
It's right. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I was trying to think of that joke. So.
We're done with poop.
Okay. Blame Shannon Bedore.
I'll blame Shannon Bedore for many things. Yes. So here's the thing, too. One, Tamra should have taken accountability. But two, I am so sure Shannon was like very deeply involved. That's the thing. They are both been deeply involved talking shit about their castmates. So for them to be like, oh no, she said that. She wasn't talking into the air.
Yeah.
She wasn't texting herself.
Right.
You were both participating in this, whether the different degrees, what have you, but you were both into it.
Right.
So when Shannon was all like, blah, 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 you said it to me, Tamra, about Gina pushing Travis down the stairs. You were having a conversation.
Right.
It was just a matter of who was going to bring it up onto the show. And Gina was probably like, thank God no one brought up on the show. This happened in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes Tamra. I'm like, well, and that's why she got that look in her eyes, because she was like, this was not supposed to come on camera. Because then when it comes on camera, it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to explain how I did not push my boyfriend down the stairs and involve his crazy ex and blah, blah, blah. And now that's why she was so pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Not that like they were gossiping, but they brought it on camera.
But also I liked that she very quickly was like I'm just collateral damage on all this. That didn't need to come out.
Yeah.
You're just trying to piss me off about Shannon.
Right.
You two need to figure your shit out.
Right. And like when Tamra like got up and like walked across the room, and Gina, like she was like a counselor.
Yeah.
And
it was
like
very condescending.
Yeah. Well, it was more like, she was on like
law and order sort of
like
thing.
catwalk.
That was just condescending. I was like, if anyone who was my peer got in my face like that, no.
And they're like, and by the way, you hurt my feelings. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, Tamra was really kind of reaching for a few things during that. I think she was just spiraling and maybe trying to land any logic she could get that would give her some leverage.
Well, because it's understandable, because I think they were on equal footing, and then all of a sudden it became like, no, you're bad, Tamra,
right?
And Shannon's good, and she was trying to get all the other girls to turn against her, and she couldn't get Heather, of course, and but the other ones were like, oh no, she shouldn't have done that.
Well,
like,
no.
if I was Tamra, I'd be like, why are you trying to like flip this all on me? Like, I'm the horrible person in this group, and she's done some horrible things and said some horrible things. But Shannon Medore is not innocent. I don't care how much white she wears.
She's like a virgin.
That reunion dress sucks, by the way. I'll say it.
It's not that bad.
It doesn't fit with the rest of the girls.
What do you think about the weird black sleeve dress she was wearing in today's episode?
Oh God, she's worn that before.
Has she?
Yeah.
It looks familiar, but it does look at least a little bit interesting. But when she was saying she hadn't gone to the bathroom, I was like, is it because she's afraid she's going to dip those sleeves in the toilet? What's going on? I was like, no, she just
cannot maneuver in those. Yeah. But no, she loves that silhouette. And I'm like, no.
It's like she just wants to be 60s Maude for the rest of her life. Not Maude. Not B. Arthur's Maude. I didn't
say Maude.
I mean like the Maude Squad.
I wouldn't mind being B. Arthur or Maude.
I mean, me either, really.
She should be so lucky.
Shannon Medore as Maude.
Shannon Medore as Maude.
No.
Dame Shannon.
The looks of the reunion, they were all, I mean...
Oh, good segue.
They were all okay.
I like the fall colors. These are my thoughts. Shannon's dress sucks. I don't like it. It doesn't fit with the color scheme. It's weird that she's like virginal white. And if it'd be an ordinary dress without the bedazzle thing around the collar.
Mm-hmm.
Like Heather's dress, like Tamra's dress. That was the dress that she was talking about on 2T's pod. Because we figured it out.
Well, right. And I remember we were saying that like a middle section is a cutout. Like, is that really a good idea if you're sitting around all day?
Because it looks great standing up. Her body looks amazing in those pictures, but I do wonder what it's going to be like sitting down. She should like have a pillow next to her just in case. It's like she's very thin. Well, but like I think anybody in that area could have some. Maybe
she's planning on sitting on Andy's left, so that way that cutout will be blocked by the couch.
She's on his left, our right.
Exactly, so you won't see that cutout. It'll be up against the couch when she's sitting down. I mean,
you're right. If she hugs the couch, and hugs the pillow. I like the color of Jen's dress. I like the silhouette. Mm-hmm. I don't like Katie's dress. I like the color, but the whole see-through part of it, and it like kind of bunches up in a knot here, and it's long, and then it has sleeves. It just doesn't really work for me.
No, I agree with that.
And then Emily's fine. It seems like a lot of column, but
a lot of column
because it's a column dress.
Okay.
Shoop.
Oh, she just looks like a shoop.
But she looks great. And And then Jenna's dress is too short.
Oh yeah, but shit's kind of her thing.
But how are you gonna sit down in that as a reunion? Like, she has to like cross her legs the entire time.
They're gonna put a like, pregnancy blocking, or just put giant objects.
They're gonna bring Luann out so she can be snatch guard.
Right, exactly. I don't know what that means.
It was in an episode of like way back in New York when she's like, I'm on snatch guard because shit. Stokey wasn't wearing any underwear.
Somebody never wears underwear.
No, so she was like, whatever. And I liked Lexus's dress. I think.
No, I liked it. It was good. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
No, you just stole them all right out of my head. So yeah, I think some of them were a little ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
Heather's I liked a lot. But yeah, I didn't really have any.
I mean, OC always does like nice cocktail.
I think that's my problem, is that there's no real theme. So when you say like, oh, Shannon's dress doesn't go with the theme, it's like
it's fall colors. Everyone else would be fall like reds, oranges, like fall colors.
Maybe she's the first glimpse of.
She's a winter. She's not an autumn.
I'm just saying. I think anything really goes on Orange County. I get what you're saying. That
goes out the door, Shannon Medore.
Yeah. God, too many door puns. Door magazine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it.
No, well, all right. I'm not here to sell it to you.
I'm not buying what she's selling.
Okay, got it.
Anyway,
with that dress.
Back into the episode. So yeah, they're both in the wrong. I don't know where I left off, but I think they're both in the wrong and sometimes in the right, she and Tamra. And so to be like, you're a liar, it's like you both lied, you both gossiped about your friends.
Right.
Like, so this is just.
I don't feel like Shannon was trying to turn all the women against her. I think she was just trying to get more people on her side. Which I know. No, it's not necessarily. I don't think she's like, and I'm not thinking she's trying to get all of them. I think she just wanted a little more support. I don't think she was like, I think she was going to stop at Jen. I don't think she was going to go around and try and get Gina over 100% and then get Emily. Like, she was just going to stop at Jen. And so Shannon or Tamra reacted, I think, a little immaturely by dragging Gina.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, definitely collateral damage, because she's like, I just want to piss Shannon off and I want to turn people against Shannon now.
Well, it was blatant. Like, what would you do if you found out that your friend Shannon was trying to dig up stuff about you?
But if I was Gina, I mean, if I was even questioning my friendship with Tamra, I'd be like, it does not exist. That woman does not care about me at all.
Yeah. Well, and then they're not like besties.
I know, but it's still kind of sad.
Yeah. And again, she shouldn't have like brought her into it. There was a better way of trying to discredit Shannon.
Yeah.
And she should have just like left it at the Jen stuff and been like, Jen, here is a screenshot of the entire text thread where blah 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 Leslie Bedore gets brought up, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Leslie Bedore?
I think David's new wife.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Not so new wife. I don't know. And then there's the whole back and forth with Shannon and Heather. And I'm going to say what I said to Lisa Barlow. You had that conversation on camera.
Yeah.
There was no, let's not bring this back to the group. You had it on camera, and then you went on a radio show and talked about it. So no, Heather didn't betray you, Shannon, because you brought it up on camera because you want. It's like Heather said, she was trying to control the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
It's
well, and I think Heather was very smart in saying that, like, I had heard this already before from Tamra, so that wasn't new information.
Right.
So, like, I'm not betraying you necessarily, and then I also heard you talking about it on the radio.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that's fair game in saying that, like,
it wasn't the vault.
Like, yeah, it wasn't in a vault because you already let it out of the vault.
Yes. If there had been a conversation off,
and there was a camera nearby,
right?
In fact, staring straight at us.
If this had been a conversation off camera,
right,
just the two of us, and she was like, two of them, and she's like, said, don't tell anyone about this, blah blah blah. Here are these bloody pictures of me. Then I can see her feeling betrayed if Heather brought it on camera.
Right.
But when you start on camera, you've already lost the argument of this is between the two of us.
Right.
So,
like, especially when you've been on the show this long, like,
exactly, you know how it was work.
Yeah, you either did that on purpose, because you wanted to get the idea out there on camera, or you are an idiot. But I think she knows how it works.
No, she knows how it works. She's not the victim,
right?
And I like the Heather stood her ground. I was like, I think that's bullshit, and I think you're controlling the narrative, and so there you go.
Yeah.
But she apologized. And that's what Tamra should say. I think this is kind of bullshit, but you're hurt here, so I apologize for hurting you.
Yeah, but it still doesn't, that doesn't really sell an apology. I mean, although I think Heather has a good way of sounding apologetic.
It's a very authoritative voice.
She's like, well, I'm sorry that I didn't realize that was how you felt.
Right. Your feelings are hurt, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because that's really what someone wants to hear. But if you keep doing it, then it's like,
I don't know.
Then you're Tamra.
I usually want people to take accountability. Like, I want to hear them, like, understand that they're assholes. If it gets down to
not like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm an asshole.
I need like the strict understanding. I don't want you to be sorry you hurt my feelings. I want you to be sorry and know what you did and actually regret it.
I was wrong. I acted poorly.
Yes.
And I knew what I was doing. I did anyways.
Yeah.
To hurt you, and I'm sorry that I hurt you. Yeah. That's a good apology.
Very nice. I've been waiting for that apology for like months now. I knew I'd get it one way or another.
In play acting. And see it.
No. Yeah. I'm sorry, where were we? We were...
Oh, Heather and Shannon.
And that was really the end of it.
No, the end was the freaking production sitting that birthday cake out there, which was amazing.
Also, Shannon saw it coming. So for her to keep walking out when it was like,
I'm done, and takes off her mic.
Yeah.
Like when people talk about Kyle running away, Shannon Medore is like a sprinter.
Yeah.
Like she will just like find a way to like get out of the scene, break the fourth wall, throw down her mic, go to Video Village. Knock on production store.
Man, every time this trip, I think she's going to go back to her room or just leave, and she just ends up in a different room, like the restaurant. I'm just like, stop. You're going to leave.
She was like,
leave.
I'm going to take an Uber. I don't care. Like, basically saying like, you can't keep me here. Here's my mic. You can't film me anymore. And I'm sure production is like, you're pretty difficult to deal with.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Watch it there.
No, I wasn't as
I mean, I've heard some rumors about her being difficult to deal with.
I mean, the room is in the nest in a store.
Yes.
Storm Spador.
But next week's going to be the finale.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, this marathon of Housewives, if we haven't mentioned it before, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Not that we're complaining because we're just watching TV and talking about it.
That's true.
It's not a hardship. But it's just like a lot. I was saying more so this season is good, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like just draining, as opposed to the other shows, which are just
more refilling.
Lighter.
Yeah, exactly.
And fun drama.
Right.
And you said something about my Alibaba jewelry, stuff like that. That's not Alibaba.
I'm going to call Sean. We're going to get my security person on.
Oh my God.
We're going to go the distance.
I'm going the distance.
So next week, like I say, that's going to be the finale.
It's Jenn and Ryan's. I think I'm going to go. They had the finale party. Good on her for having the finale party.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to be their engagement. And then they had to pick up cameras because that was the end of the season. And then the story broke with him in the FBI, and then they picked up cameras, and you see Tamra talking about it, and then Gina saying like she should leave him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So you think the engagement party is going to be 40 minutes, and we're going to have 20 minutes?
I think it's going to be exactly. It's similar to Kyle and Mauricio.
Mm-hmm.
It was after their white party.
Okay, so that'll feel like a good solid finale, and then there'll be the codice.
Yeah, and there'll be like all like the articles will pop up from various like blogs about him and the bookie and the informing with FBI
and there'll be like some sort of like sounds like someone's talking about it on the radio, even though no one's listening to the radio.
Exactly.
They'll be like Real Housewives star Jen returned to just okay. No, I think you're right. I think we've seen this sort of set up before.
Yes, we know how when the cameras come back up, yeah.
That you're to see some newsprint and hear the Real Housewives star.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure that sounds nothing like a radio person, but you know what I'm going for.
Yes, but that's what they do. Yeah.
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 Do you want to talk about the Beverly Hills trailer at all?
Yes.
While we're here.
Yes, while we're here.
Yeah.
In the land. To replace OC.
Yeah.
But not on the same day, which is annoying. But actually, we'll
Yeah, we're making some lemonade out of it.
What did you think about Pink Lemonade? What did you think about the trailer?
I asked you that.
Sorry.
You get
I thought it was
around on me.
I thought it was good.
Mhm.
I'm curious to see like where this all goes. Especially with the Kyle and Dorit stuff.
Yeah.
And just the Kyle stuff overall, that she has a meltdown in a bathrobe at a spa
Yeah.
and runs away.
I do feel that, like, from what they showed in the trailer, Kyle does, and from what's kind of picking up in the end of last season as well,
Yeah.
Kyle is being a little dramatic in ways that I don't remember her being before the whole Morgan Wade rumors and, everything happening with
Mauricio.
and her best friend dying.
Yes.
So, like previous seasons, I think Kyle was just kind of participating, having fun, and she'd get sensitive about things. But I don't remember her being someone who'd run off all the time. But apparently half the internet says that's all she does.
Well, half the internet are assholes, especially here's the thing. We ended the season with them breaking up and telling the girls and blah, blah, blah. So this is like picking up from that and dealing with the fact that her marriage is basically over. And is she going to file? What's going to happen? So it's a lot for her to take in, losing this relationship that she had, for so much of her life, and how it's going to affect her daughters. And so I get why she is being dramatic, if that's the word. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think, it's just, she's just trying to process it and then, and then being on camera and doing it. So I'm sure it will make more sense.
Right. But how about Sutton coming for her? Again.
Can we start, like, if people are going to talk about Kyle running off and being dramatic, they should talk about Sutton trying to be Queen Bee. Like, because that's what she wants. She is a wannabe Kyle. No, wannabe Kyle. That's wrong. She just wants to be the queen of the show. And she's not going to be, because she doesn't have the same amount of likability as Kyle.
Let's not say that.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Like, I don't think she's very likable. Like, there are times I have liked her, like Merce and the whole story. I really enjoyed her in that moment.
Well, we're going to learn more about her mother this season, as you're predicting.
Yeah.
So.
But I think for the most part, I seriously don't like her. And I just don't think that she is queen material. I don't care who says it on Instagram.
I don't think she's trying to be queen. She's trying to be something, but it's not queen.
No, but the whole, like, I will not bow down at the altar of Kyle Richards. Like, she wants, because she's used to being at a certain level, being on the board of the ballet and what have you. And I think she just thinks that she's better and, wants to elevate beyond Kyle. It's like, Kyle's been on the show for 14 years. She's shared so much. As she said at the reunion, like, I shared everything and you got a horse. That was
all right.
Better lines.
Yeah.
So to me, like, I just don't find I know people love her, but I just don't see it with Sutton.
I can see what it is. I run hot and cold on her. So, like, I'm not thrilled about her coming for Kyle again. Yeah. But I mean, maybe that's why she's making her own other storyline is based on the horse comment. Or I wonder if she's going to throw that in Kyle's face. You wanted more than a horse.
I'm sure she will. She said so many nasty things about Kyle last year in her confessionals. Like, it was like, oh, we care about you.
Last year's reunion, the one where they disappeared at the end and didn't take any.
Where she like, yes.
Because she fainted.
Ourselves, like, I need to get her to the hospital. But she was like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
They should have had like a follow-up.
Totally.
Like a cage match with her and Kyle.
Yeah. Not a cage match, but it's like, now that you've gotten over your spell, mother.
Yeah.
Like, let's really hash it out. And they didn't get a chance to do that. So that wasn't really resolved with them. Although it's weird, like, they seem to be fine and they're not fine, like, on social media. I don't know. I don't care.
I don't know either.
But I feel like they're going to try to work that out. But yeah, that whole bowing at the altar. I want to make a t-shirt that says, I will bow at the altar of Kyle Richards, because it's Kyle Richards and she's amazing.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, she's great.
What's going on with Dorit? I don't understand.
She's activated.
Yeah.
And, like, yelling at Kyle. I want to see that. That's really, because she's really been very on the fence, and I think people are
she worded
is that she's like, yeah, her back was against the wall. It was like, either be more interesting or get fired. And so she's like, well, me and PK are not doing well. We're separated, and now I'm going to fight with Kyle, and it's back to season 7 Dorit.
And then meanwhile, Garcelle and Erica are just making out.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean,
a fun night.
Yeah.
And then,
Erica's like, you saw a tongue coming.
yeah, I did. And you don't normally see that on TV.
No, it's like a smooch. But she's all like, I want to give it to you, Garcelle.
I'm sure.
I don't know what that accent means.
Yeah, I don't know either. We'll go with it.
Yeah.
And then,
Honey, I'm going to do some time.
and then what was Crystal doing? Oh, wait, she wasn't there.
She's just busy humble bragging.
Yes. And the new people were,
Boz. I'm
but
curious about
they weren't.
this.
They said it differently than Boz, didn't they? I thought they were.
It's her nickname is Boz, but like that's not her full name.
Okay, I remember. They said it was different than the way I thought it was pronounced. So
I don't know why, but like because normally I pay attention to these things really, really heavily. I didn't realize there were only 6 full-time housewives. When I saw the cast photo, I'm like, why are there only 6 of them? And I'm like, because there's only 6 of them. Because Kathy and Jennifer Tilly are just friends.
Oh, that's right. I
don't know why I thought there was a 7th one. There was rumors that Eva LaRue was like testing out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
I would have
loved Eva LaRue. Oh my God, Dr. Maria Santos, great. That's sad.
Was there something else about the trailer that stood out? I mean, there's a lot that happened.
There's a lot that happened.
So. It looked like a good season.
Yeah, I think it was mainly like street activated. Kyle crying.
Maurice's been working out. He looked really thin.
Very
thin. He's probably been on that treadmill.
Pretty much.
Hopefully not on one of those Pelotons like in Sex and the City.
Wow, I did like throw that back.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh, sorry.
Chris Noth has not forgotten about that.
No, nor has Peloton. They regret that too, I'm quite sure.
As I'm making out, Erica and Garcelle didn't really do much in the trailer. And
Erica's like, thank God, honey.
Next. And then, that was
really it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming up before we know it, and we're going to be like, so many housewives still.
I don't understand why it's being paired with New York. That's my thing. Because when they were paired with Dubai, it didn't do much for Dubai. It's like, I don't know if they think this magical thing, people will be like, oh, well, since I'm already here, I'll stick around and watch New York. Like, it doesn't really work that way these days. Peacock being available to people. So
you never know. Well, there's probably still part of their demographic is old people like us who, don't necessarily, if it's on cable, you'll watch it and be like, okay, who still have cable, really.
We do.
That's such a luxury.
Cable all streaming.
Every streaming service.
All streaming.
We are those chumps.
And we now watch Matlock, so we're totally old.
Oh.
But it's the reboot.
Yeah.
Not doesn't make any better because Kathy Bates is still like
70. Yeah, but if you haven't caught it, a Matlock reboot's pretty good.
It's nice. It's fun.
Yeah, the acting, some of the acting is awful. But
not Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
After the Emmy performance.
That's Emmy, definitely. So,
yes.
Could I get a Golden Globe?
She would totally get a Golden Globe. And I don't know, was it drama or comedy?
I think it's I don't know. See?
It's a dramedy.
It's a dramedy for sure.
Yeah.
So, anyway, back to The Real Housewives of Orange County. Do we want to say anything more about that?
No, I'm looking forward to the finale next week and then reunion and seeing how this all shapes up.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely, will it get anywhere? Who knows? And then you could probably make some predictions knowing the things that we know through social media and stuff, but about who's still talking to each other and who's
right.
And, I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you could. I mean,
it just seems that certain groups are better than they're better people than others. No, they're not, because that's not a thing. Jen, Katie, they're very thick as thieves. They hang out a lot with a certain former cast member who I'm not going to mention. She's desperate to come on the show, and she's
okay. Well, we'll move on.
She filters her face out.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I'll tell you all.
But that's good. But next time.
Yeah. Until next time.